Hey, what is up everybody? So I have the iPhone SE here and I have the iPhone 8 right here, and we're just going to take a look at it and see what the main difference is, whether like if you have an iPhone SE, if you should upgrade to the iPhone 8, and like other scenarios if maybe if you want a cheaper iPhone, who knows. Now starting off, a quick disclaimer, I'm not saying that the iPhone SE is better than the iPhone 8. I mean, it might be in some regards. It's a smaller sized phone. So with someone who has smaller hands or someone who doesn't want to carry around a huge brick with them, like a 6 Plus, like a 7, like an 8 Plus or something, they have the option of going down to this size, but the iPhone 8 size isn't that small either. Now, like looking at the body and everything, the biggest difference between the two besides the size is the glass back on the back of the iPhone 8, and that's mostly due to wireless charging because the iPhone 8 does support you wireless charging, so that's a super cool feature. The only bad thing is there's like fingerprints everywhere on the iPhone 8, but on the iPhone SE you can't really see them. But I do think that the iPhone 8 feels a lot better in the hand than the older version like the iPhone SE and the iPhone 6. On the front, the iPhone SE has a 4-inch screen, but the iPhone 8 has a 4.7-inch screen, and it might not seem like a huge difference, but when you actually put them side by side and you actually play with them, it kind of is, I'm not gonna lie. The speakers are also a little bit different too. There's obviously no headphone jack on the iPhone 8, but I think we're a little bit past that. The speakers are also different. The iPhone SE has the speakers on the bottom, but the iPhone 8 has the speakers on the bottom and up top on the grill too, so that's really sweet. And what surprised me the most is that the pixels per inch are the same on both phones. So even though they have different resolutions, there's 326 ppi on both phones. Now switching to the back real quick, they both have 12 megapixel cameras. The iPhone SE's camera is still really good, okay? If you see my Still Worth It video, I explained it's a very good camera, very good sensor, same as the 6S, and there's the same megapixels. So I mean, megapixels aren't everything, but it does kind of tell an important story, you know? And beyond just photos, the iPhone SE can do 1080p videos at 60 frames per second, and that's kind of what it's clocked in at, but it can shoot up to 4K videos. The iPhone 8, on the other hand, can shoot 1080p videos at 240 frames per second and quad HD videos at 60 frames per second, so that's a huge upgrade. If we're just talking about sheer video quality, that is an impressive feat on just like a phone we carry around in our pockets. But it can shoot 4K videos as well. So expect better videos and stuff from the iPhone 8. But honestly, like between me and you, honestly, I don't think I'll be like replacing my phone with my camera anytime soon. I still think my DSLR shoots better videos and photos than any phone I've ever had. So just keep that in mind. These are more like emergency things. Like if I'm out and about, I'm just like chilling or something like that, and I see some cool like a photo opportunity or something, I'll just go ahead and snap a photo real quick. It doesn't really matter what phone I'm using. And I'll have a photo comparison video up soon comparing the qualities of like the iPhone 8 versus like the iPhone 6 versus the iPhone SE and all those type of camera quality videos. I did one with the iPhone 7 that ended up being pretty well. So now speed and performance, the iPhone SE has the A9 Apple chip, the iPhone 8 has the A11 Apple chip, so pretty big difference. Speeds are going to be much better on the iPhone 8 than the iPhone SE, but iOS 11 is pretty crappy right now, so both the phones are pretty glitchy sometimes, so it's not a perfect phone by any means. But once iOS 11 is straightened out, the iPhone 8 is going to be the fastest iPhone out there. The iPhone 8 has the hexa-core processor, while the iPhone SE has a dual-core processor, and they both have 2 gigabytes of RAM. But like I said before, I could go around and I can use the iPhone 6 personally because I'm not like that heavy of a power user. I use my phone for basic things like texting and stuff. Now I prefer a faster phone, but honestly, like I don't really care too much about being a heavy user, but I do test speeds and stuff. I'll go ahead and test the speed right now, you know. As you can see, the iPhone 8 did beat the iPhone SE by a little bit, but if I'm just chilling, I don't really care about the extra 2 seconds of like playtime that I get, or that I'm able to beat the iPhone SE by 2 seconds. Like I don't really care about that. But honestly, where it does shine is like real racing. So 3, 2, 1, let's just open it. Pretty much dominates the iPhone SE. But ultimately, I was able to play the game faster on the iPhone 8 than on the iPhone SE. I just didn't want to waste all that time freaking. And I could test more apps and stuff like that, but there's really no point. The iPhone 8 beats the iPhone SE. There's no competition. But battery life, interestingly enough, expected to be better on the iPhone 8, but right now they're about the same. Because iOS 11 drains the battery on the iPhone SE, I expect it to be somewhat similar to the iPhone 8. It's not going to be leaps and bounds better, but it is going to be very good on battery life. So basically, the only problem I have with the iPhone 8 and recommending it to people is the price. I spent almost $800 on this phone. This is the 64 gigabyte version, but I only spent like $120 on this phone, and that's a huge price gap, you know. But that's like $650 right there, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more taxes and stuff. And if you live in different countries, it's even more expensive. So what I would tell people that own the iPhone SE is that you're not really missing out on much from the iPhone 8. You know, there's really no point. Really expensive. I don't know why it's that expensive. It wasn't that big of an upgrade to begin with. Besides Qi wireless charging, I see no reason to even keep the iPhone 8. And if you really want something that's kind of similar to the iPhone 8 but don't have the money to spend on iPhone 8, get the iPhone 7. It's like literally almost the same phone. The iPhone 8 is faster, but dude, like, but unless you're directly comparing it to the iPhone 8, you won't really notice a difference in speed with the iPhone 7. Even get the iPhone 6s, it's still a very decent phone. You honestly won't be missing out on much, and it's much cheaper than the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8. And that's basically it, guys. You know, honestly, do whatever you want to, but if you want to save money, get the iPhone 7 or the iPhone 6s. I'll leave links to all the iPhones in the description below so you guys can go check that out. But guys, if you're new here though, add me on all the social networks you see on the screen. If you enjoyed this video, please slap a like on it. That'll mean so much. It really motivates me to like wake up in bed and like make new videos and stuff. Comment down if you guys have any questions or concerns. I'll definitely be happy to answer any questions and stuff. But if you're extremely new here, hit that subscribe button. I can't stress you enough. I'm trying to get 20,000 subscribers by the end of this year. Like I said, it's pretty much going to happen, I think. But I need all the support as I can. So guys, go hit that subscribe button. But more importantly than anything else in this video, I love all of you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.